What's going on, guys? Killer6 here with another top 10 for you, and today we're taking a look at the top 10 best items for early game in Borderlands 2. These are items that you can get anytime leading up to level 20, making them great choices for defeating that first playthrough of the game, and in many cases these same items are the ones that you're going to want to get again at higher levels for your second playthrough as well. So let's just get right into it.
Starting with number 10.
At number 10, the Infinity Pistol. Love it or hate it, the Infinity makes this list because in normal mode, ammo is often a problem. Having a good gun that never needs ammo is one of the best ways around this problem, and that's where the Infinity earns its name. The Infinity is obtainable around level 8 in normal mode via the Medical Mystery quest from Dr. Zed. Just kill Doc Mercy and turn in the quest, and he will respawn every time you load in the game after that. To see my farming method for this gun, make sure you check out the link in the description or at the end of this video.
Number 9. This better be good.
Number 9, the Love Thumper. This shield is obtainable around level 18, which is the main reason it's so low on this list. The Love Thumper is, without a doubt, one of the best shields in the game for melee build characters, so early game Zeros and Krieg should absolutely seek this one out. The reason this shield is so good is because of the recharge delay giving you a near constant roid bonus for melee damage. The downside to that being that you won't be able to take as much damage as you would while wearing some other shield, but for mobbing it is exceptional. To get the quest for this item, you first have to beat the Stalker of Stalkers quest in the Highlands Overlook bounty board. Once you complete that quest, you need to kill stalkers until one of them drops a pearlescent colored quest called Taggart's Gift for Mom. From there, you have to go to Henry's lair just over the side of the cliff over at Overlook and kill his minions. After they're dispatched, you can fight Henry, who can drop the cradle as well, which does not belong on this list. However, upon turning the quest in, you will receive the Love Thumper shield, a roid shield designed to stay in roid mode almost non-stop. This shield works with a variety of builds across multiple characters, making this a very nice early game item. A word of warning though, this shield can harm your teammates if you're playing with others, so use it only when playing solo. Number 8, the Heartbreaker. Like the Love Thumper that I just mentioned, this item could be higher on the list, but you can't typically get this until late enough in the playthrough that it's barely viable at that point. It is, however, a Moxie weapon, so it can be used to heal you by inflicting damage on an enemy. While not nearly as effective as the Grog Nozzle or even the Ruby for self-healing, this shotgun makes up for it in damage output. Find a good practicable version of this with stability, and you'll make short work of on-level enemies. Like most Moxie weapons, you get this shotgun directly from her after completing the Safe and Sound quest obtained from Marcus after Sanctuary is in the air. To complete this quest, you'll need to head to Sanctuary Hole via Three Horns Divide, entering the original door that you went through to get to Sanctuary the first time you played through. Once there, you'll need to drop down over the edge onto this platform and enter the Caustic Caverns. From here, across the Corrosive Swamp into this cave, and out the back to find Blue, who is named after the color of a certain part of his anatomy. Once he's dead, make sure you look around to see if he dropped the legendary Fabled Tortoise Shield, which also doesn't make this list, but it's still pretty neat to find. Then open the chest, retrieve the Picks of Moxie, return them to her for the Heartbreaker, or to Marcus for arguably one of the worst items in the game, the lucrative Opportunity Relic. But that's another item for another video.
On to lucky number 7!
Number 7, the Loud Milla. The Loud Milla. This flat-off sniper is one of the best guns in the entire game. High fire rate, excellent damage, available in fire, shot, corrosive, slag, and non-elemental. The Lauda is a killing machine. Few snipers in the game match its time to kill, and it's also one of the easier legendary items in the game to farm. To get this amazing gun, you'll need to complete the Good, the Bad, and the Mordecai quest from the Sanctuary Bounty Board. The quest steps are easy. Find Carson, find and dig up the stash, and then kill Mobley and Gettle. Mobley can drop the Varuk, which is a legendary assault rifle, and Gettle can drop the Loud Milla sniper rifle. The quest itself will earn you another decent early game item in the Moxie's Endowment Relic, which can earn you extra XP for killing enemies. After completing the mission, return to this spot and farm both Gettle and Mobley as much as you want. To make it faster, start from the entrance to the Friendship Gulag.
And now for number 6!
Number 6, the Lascaux. Of all the items on this list, I feel that this is one that many people just ignore in early game. However, the Lascaux is an extremely powerful SMG and can be useful for all characters early on in the game. This gun is designed to be a hip-firing monster. Simply put your crosshairs on an enemy and watch their health disappear. It's easily obtainable from a puddle in Frostburn Canyon, and this is by far one of the easiest items on the list to obtain. You can also exploit a glitch which makes a lot of them appear in the puddle by exiting the area and returning over and over. This gives you a better chance at finding the variation that works best for you. I generally prefer the stopping prefix on this gun, but tinker around and see what works best for you.
Number 5!
Coming in at number 5, the Flame of the Firehawk. This legendary shield is a bit of a pain to get. You have to complete a series of quests given by Lilith when she's in Sanctuary, and the quest begins in Frostburn Canyon. One portion of the quest has you go through Southern Shelf all the way to Captain Flint's boat. However, the end result is a shield so unbelievably good for the early levels of the game that you would be crazy to pass it up. What makes this shield so good is the fire nova that it emits when your shield is down. This nova will repeat indefinitely as long as your shield remains depleted. The Flame of the Firehawk is the only legendary in the game that is given as a quest reward, and the quest isn't really that hard, just time consuming. Considering that this shield will easily last you 10 plus levels early on, you'd be crazy to skip this one.
Okay, here we are at number 4.
Number 4, the Ruby. One of the best quest rewards for one of the easiest quests ever is Moxie's Ruby, a Maliwan pistol with the unique ability to heal you while damaging enemies. Like all Moxie guns, the Ruby gives you a portion of your damage on enemies back as health restore. While not as high an amount as the infamous Grog nozzle, this gun is infinitely easier to obtain, especially in the early levels of the game. Now, while most Moxie guns only heal about 2% of damage dealt, the Ruby gives about 12%, making it a dramatic improvement over number 8 on our list, the Heartbreaker, for health stealing. To get the Ruby, you'll need to talk to Mordecai in Sanctuary after you've reached the Dust. Accept the good, the bad, and the Mordecai mission and travel to the Dust. When you get there, track down the Moonshiner and shoot his truck to make him drop Rack Ale. Gather those and return them to Moxie for the Ruby, or Mordecai for the Sloth Sniper Rifle, which is a powerful but slow-firing sniper rifle. Or use the cross-save method of farming as shown in the description down below, or as a clickable link at the end of this video to farm both in multiple versions.
Clocking in at 3rd place.
Coming in at number 3 is a variety of items, all manufactured by Jacobs, and I'm talking about the Jacobs shotguns. Originally, my number 3 was going to be the Jacobs Quad, which is an amazing shotgun and really does deserve its own place on the list. However, what I realized as I was farming it is that the Quad is not the easiest thing in the world to get. However, many Jacobs shotguns are equally amazing at low levels. You've got the Sidewinder, the Bushwhack, the Quad, there's plenty more. Ideally, you're looking for a Jacobs shotgun that has 3 or 4 in the clip and has a triple or better barrel. And by that, I mean this thing that you see right here. If it has a double barrel, as you see in this one, it's alright, but if it has a triple barrel or even more, then it's way better because you're gonna get more projectiles out, do more damage, and that's what makes these so good.
Number 2.
Number 2 is the Fastball grenade. Now, I'll admit it, I used to skip this item on every playthrough, opting to farm a Stormfront from the turtles a little bit later on, but boy, was I wrong. The Fastball is one of the most powerful items in the game, allowing you to one-hit kill enemies even when the grenade is under-leveled. I find myself using a normal mode Fastball from level 11 until usually about level 30 typically. It's just that damn good. I recommend farming for every variation, but be warned, Bowl seems especially stingy, at least for me. I farmed him for several hours one day and ended up with 3 corrosive and 2 fire fastballs. If you're going to settle for one element, I would recommend explosive. Honorable mention is the bonus package. The bonus package is one of those items that I normally don't care to use. A very powerful grenade, but it can also be very deadly for the user as well. Now that said, if you get one early on in the first 5 to 10 levels of the game, then you should be able to use it effectively until you get to the fastball around 11 or so.
And finally, here we are at number 1.
Coming in at number 1 is absolutely no surprise to anybody that's ever played this game, the Unkempt Herald. Now this gun is so amazing that it doesn't even matter what prefix you get early on. Now having said that, I would absolutely recommend if you can get a double penetrating version, it's always the best. Hard and explicit will also perform very well for you all the way through level 25 and maybe even a bit beyond, which is impressive since you can start farming this gun at level 8. The gun gets its name from Dirty Harry, a classic 80s Clint Eastwood character who was a badass cop. The Unkempt Herald, much like Dirty Harry, wrecks everything in its path. Once you get the hang of the fire rate, the projectile spread, and the speed of this weapon, you can kill most enemies you face all the way through normal mode. You'll be able to start farming this when you first entered Sanctuary. Make sure you trigger the fast travel station in Three Horns Divide so you can start your farm there. Ideally, I recommend farming this in coordination with the Fastball grenade. You can check out my advanced guide to farming those as a link in the description or as a clickable link at the end of this video. So there you have it, my top 10 best early game items and how to get them. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite early game items are and if you think I missed any. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Borderlands content. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.